Over the last 8 days, I've been taking you guys through a series of videos on personal finance, how to make money, how to invest money, and how to manage money. Now, in the first part of this series, which is already out, I talked about the introduction to personal finance. I explained everything you need to know about personal finance and why financial literacy is really important. So if you haven't seen that video, the link to that video will be in the description below, or you check the pinned comment of this video. And then in the second part of this series, which is already out too, I talked about how to make money and get rich. Now that video is a complete guide where you learn everything on how to make money both actively and passively, and both online and offline. And in that video, I talked about the different business ideas and money-making ideas that you can use to make money for yourself, and also explain the step-by-step guide on how you can start and go ahead to make money from all of the ideas I mentioned in that video. Now, the link to that video will be in the description below or in the pinned comment of this video. And then in the third part of this series, which is already out too, I talked about how to invest your money. Now, in that video, I talked about the different kinds of investments available out there and how you can start making money from each of them. And I also talked about how to identify investment scams so that you don't fall for them. Now, the link to that video will also be in the description below, or you check the pinned comment of this video. And then in the fourth part of this series, which is this video you're watching right now, I'm going to teach you how to manage your money like the rich. Now, you're going to be learning the complete guide on what managing money is really all about. You'll learn how to budget your money, how to plan your finances, and everything you need to know on how to save your money the right way. So please make sure you watch this video to the end so that you don't miss any important information. And if you're ready for this, don't forget to like this video and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you. Now let's get into the video. Now, under this section, I'll talk about budgeting, I'll talk about financial planning, and I'll talk about saving strategies. Now, let's start with budgeting. Now, managing money wisely is crucial for achieving financial stability, reducing stress, and reaching your financial goals. Budgeting helps you control your spending, save for the future, and invest strategically. Now, let's break it down step by step. Now, how do you budget your money? But first, let me explain what budgeting is all about. Now, budgeting is the process of creating a plan for how you will earn, spend, save, and invest your money. Now, a budget will help you to track your income and expenses, and to help you to avoid overspending and debt. It will also help you to save for short-term and long-term goals, and it will help you to gain financial freedom. It will also help you to pay off your small debt, and will help you to save for vacation. So now that you know what budgeting is and what it can help you to do, how then can you create a budget? So here's how to create a budget in just 5 steps. Now, the first step is to calculate all your income. Now, how do you do that? Now, the first thing is to list all sources of monthly income that you have, whether salary, side hustle, passive income, and so on. List everything out and list out the amount you are getting from each one. Now, if your income is inconsistent, that is, maybe you make separate amount of money every month, that is, if you make different amount of money every month, then you can use an average of the past 3 to 6 months. Just calculate how much you've made in the last 6 months and take the average. That's just what you need to do. So first, know how much you are making. So once you know how much you are making, that is a very big step, and that is the first step to create a budget. Now, the second step is to track and categorize your expenses. So this means that you divide your expenses into 4 different categories. The first one will be the fixed expenses. So these are the expenses that you must spend money on, like your rent, your utilities, insurance, and your loan payments. And then the second one will be your variable expenses, that is the ones where the amount of money you are spending can vary. So for this one, you have groceries, transportation, dining out, entertainment, and so on. And then you have discretionary expenses like your subscriptions, your shopping, and luxury items. And then you have savings and investments. So this one will be for your emergency fund, your retirement savings, and your investment. So you need to group your expenses into these 4 categories. Now, once you've done that, the next step will be to use the 50-30-20 rule. Now, this means that 50% of your money goes into your needs. So your needs are your rent, bills, food, and transportation. And 30% goes into your wants, which are for entertainment, vacations, and hobbies. And 20% goes into your savings and investment. Using this simple strategy can help you manage your money wisely. Now, an example is if you earn $1,000 per month, your budget should look like this. Now, $500 for your needs, $300 for your wants, and $200 for your savings and investment every month. So that is the third step. Now, the fourth step is to cut unnecessary spending. Now, this means that you start by reviewing your subscriptions and your memberships, and then you reduce impulse spending, avoid emotional shopping. And then number 3 is to cook at home instead of eating out. Now, you can eat out, but don't let it be every day. Make sure that sometimes you are buying food to cook at home. Now, step number 5 is to track and adjust your budget monthly. Now, this means that you use budgeting apps or Google Sheets. You can use the PFC budget tracker. So we have a budget tracker at Personal Finance Circle. So if you want to get that budget tracker, the link will be in the description of this video, or you just check our website. To be on our website, personalfinancecircle.com. So you can use our budget tracker to track your expenses. And then number 2 will be to review expenses weekly or monthly so you can stay on track. And then number 3 will be to adjust based on income changes or unexpected expenses. So for example, if your income is increasing, then you can adjust your budget and maybe increase the amount you are investing, maybe increase the amount you are saving, and all of those things. So these are the 5 simple steps to create a budget for yourself. Now, the next thing will be to talk about financial planning, which is the long-term approach. Now, financial planning is the process of setting long-term financial goals and creating a strategy to achieve them. Unlike budgeting, which is short-term, financial planning focuses on the bigger picture of wealth creation and financial security. So financial planning basically means you are planning your finances for the long term. That is just the meaning. Now, what are the steps to create a financial plan? So I will talk about the 4 steps to create a financial plan. Now, step number 1 is to set smart financial goals. Now, you need to define your short-term and long-term goals using the SMART principles. SMART simply means specific goals, measurable goals, achievable goals, realistic goals, and time-bound goals. It means that your financial goals must be specific, must be measurable, must be achievable, realistic, and time-bound. And then here are some examples of some goals you can set. So for short-term goals like maybe 0 to 2 years, you can set a goal to build an emergency fund, you can pay off your small debt, and save for a vacation. These are examples of short-term goals. And for mid-term goals, which is like maybe 2 to 5 years, you can set goals to buy a car, to start a business, or to save for a house down payment. And for long-term goals, which are like 5+ years, you can invest for retirement, you can buy real estate, and you can achieve financial independence. So the first step is to set your smart financial goals. Now, the second step to create a financial plan is to build an emergency fund. Now, an emergency fund covers unexpected expenses like your medical bills, your car repairs, or your job loss. And for these, like I said earlier, save at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses and keep it in a high-interest savings account for easy access so that you are getting interest on your money. Now, the third step is to manage your debt wisely. Now, if you're the kind of person who is into debt, or maybe you're in a country where you use credit cards, make sure you always pay off high-interest debt first. It is very, very important. And the second thing is avoid unnecessary loans and always live within your means. If you're always living below your means, you will not have any reason to go and be getting unnecessary loans. So always live within your means. And then step number 4 is to save and invest for the future. So you need to invest in assets that grow over time, like stocks, real estate, and so on. Diversify your investment to reduce risk and take advantage of compound interest. That is, start investing as early as possible. So these 4 steps are the steps to create your financial plan. Now to the last part, let's talk about saving strategies. That is, how to save money effectively. Now, saving money is a crucial step toward financial security, wealth building, and achieving financial goals. And whether you are saving for an emergency fund or maybe a big purchase or long-term investment, having the right saving strategy can make a big difference. Now, why saving is important? Here are the different reasons. Now, it helps you to handle emergencies without going into debt. If you have savings, you won't have to go into debt or borrow money if you have emergencies. The second thing is that it allows you to invest and grow your wealth. So if you have savings, you can turn your savings into investment and grow your wealth from there. Now, number 3 is that it gives you financial freedom and peace of mind. And number 4, it helps you to reach your goals like buying a house, starting a business, or retiring early. So now, what are the best saving strategies for financial success? What are the best strategies to save money? Now, the first one is to pay yourself first, which is the 20% rule. This means that before spending, save a portion of your income first. Now, a common rule is the 50-30-20 rule, which I've explained earlier, and I said 20% should go into your savings and investment. So always use the 20% rule and use 20% of your income to save or invest. Now, a pro tip I'll give you here is automate this process by setting up automatic transfers to your savings account. So let's say, for example, you are using a savings app that allows you to automate your savings. Just automate your savings so that it will be taking 20% of your income from your bank to your savings account immediately. That's the first step. Now, the second way to save money effectively is to create multiple savings accounts. Now, instead of one savings account, separate your savings into different categories. So you can have one category for emergency funds, you can have one for short-term goals, you can have one for long-term goals, and you can have one for investment funds. So if you have these 4 different savings categories, then you can know what each savings category is used for. I do this for myself, and I will really advise that you do it for yourself because it has really helped me. I have different savings categories or different savings accounts. And always make sure you use high interest savings account so that you can earn passive income on your savings. Don't just save your money somewhere where you'll not be getting interest on your money. It is very bad. Inflation will eat up your money. So make sure you are saving your money in a high interest savings account where they will give you interest on your money. That way your money is making more money for you. Now, the third way to save more money effectively is to cut expenses and save the difference. Now, to do this, just look at your monthly expenses and find areas where you can cut costs, then redirect the saved money into your savings account. So the way you can do this is to reduce your impulse spending and stick to a budget before shopping. And number 2 is to cancel unnecessary subscriptions. So if you have subscriptions that you are not getting value from, just cancel them. Number 3 will be to cook at home instead of eating out, and always use cashback and discount when you are shopping. All of these things can help you to cut your expenses and you save the difference. So for example, if you are the one who is spending $500 on subscriptions before, maybe after you reduce them, you are now spending maybe $350. That remaining $150, you can add it to your investment or to your savings. I hope you get the idea now. Now, that's the third way. Now, the fourth way to save more money is to save extra income like your bonuses or gift. Now, whenever you receive unexpected income, make sure you save at least 50% instead of spending it all. So let's say, for example, your salary has been increased, let's say from $2,000 to $3,000. Now, you see that extra $1,000, always save half of it. Make sure you save that $500 that is half of that extra $1,000. Add it to your savings, add it to the amount you have been saving before. And the second thing is use it to boost your emergency fund or your investment portfolio. So when you add that extra income to your emergency fund or your investment portfolio, you are using it to boost or to increase your emergency fund and investment portfolio. And the third thing is if you receive a salary increase, increase your savings instead of lifestyle inflation. So instead of going to buy more expensive things, just use that salary increase to increase your savings. Simple. And then number 5 will be to save in a high interest account or fixed deposit. So instead of keeping your money in a regular bank account which earns little interest, number 1, use a high interest savings account so that you can earn more money on your money. Number 2, consider a fixed deposit account if you don't need the money very soon. And number 3, explore money market funds for higher but safe returns. So again, use high interest savings accounts. I've been saying this multiple times in this video. Just go online and search for high interest savings accounts in your country and use anyone that is regulated by the government in your country and save money, and you'll be getting more money on your savings. And number 6 is to set clear savings goal. Now, saving is easier when you have a specific goal in mind. Trust me, if you have a goal to save a particular amount of money at the end of the year, anytime you look at that goal, you'll be motivated to save more money. And we have bad goals and good goals. Now, an example of a bad goal is when you say, I want to save money. If you say you just want to save money, that is a bad goal and it won't motivate you to do anything. But a good goal is when you say, I will save $5,000 in 6 months for a vacation. So you can see that in that sentence, I have the amount I want to save, I have the time in which I want to save for, and I have what I want to save for. So I want to save $5,000, I want to save it for 6 months, and I want to save it for a vacation. So if you have all of this in your savings goal, you'll be motivated to even save more money. So in summary, these are the tips for saving money successfully. Number 1, automate your savings so you don't have to think about it. Number 2, cut unnecessary expenses. Number 3, start small but stay consistent with your savings. Number 4, avoid keeping too much money in cash. Let your money grow. Save it in a high interest savings account. And number 5, invest saved money in wealth building assets like stocks, real estate, and crypto. And by using these saving strategies I've mentioned, you'll be able to build financial security, achieve your goals faster, and invest in your future. So this is everything you need to understand about managing your money. So this is the concluding part of this guide. We've talked about making money, investing money, and managing money. So if you're the kind of person who is looking for how to make money, this guide will help you. If you're the kind of person who is looking for how to invest your money, this guide will also help you. And if you're the kind of person who is looking for how to manage your money the right way, this guide will really help you. Now, if you're interested in learning more ways to make money, invest your money, and manage your money, you can join the PFC Academy waitlist. The link to join the waitlist will be in the description below or under this video. And maybe by the time you are watching this video, the PFC Academy is ready. Just click on the link below this video and you can join the PFC Academy, where you can get access to free and paid courses on how to make money, how to invest your money, and how to manage your money the right way. So if you are ready to join PFC Academy, just click on the link below this video or in the description of this video if you are watching on YouTube, and go ahead and join PFC Academy. I'll see you in the academy. So that's everything you need to know about managing your money the right way. And if you've learned something new from this video or maybe something important, please let me know in the comment section below. And please don't forget to join the waitlist for PFC Academy. The link for that will be in the description below. PFC Academy is a place where you will learn everything on how to make money, invest your money, and manage your money for yourself. And in case you haven't seen the part 1 of this series, the part 1 of this series will be right here on my right hand side, and the part 2 of the series will be right here on my left hand side. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.